Yes, it's been a while since I've last done an interview. So, what a better way to get back into the interview now and have my next special guest introducing on my show now. We have Kayla Rose joining me today. Kayla Rose, thank you so much for taking time out to join me today. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm really happy to be here.
Great, lovely, pleasure. And where are you situated in the world at present?
So I am in Ipswich in Queensland. So it's just west of Brisbane, Australia.
Oh, that's so cool. We've got an Ipswich
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
England. Yeah, you probably heard.
It gets I always have to be like Ipswich, like Queensland. But
Yeah, and we've also got
yeah.
Tamworth as well.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
probably
definitely.
know
I
that.
think a lot of like the different cities around here, and even where I come from New Zealand, so we have a lot of very similar um names of towns as the UK, so it's quite cool. It's like we're all together, just very, very far apart.
It is. It is. So obviously we're here for the music. My first question
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you, how long have you been recording music for?
So I started recording kind of just after 2020. Um, with everything that was going on, we couldn't really perform or anything like that. And at the time, I just turned 21. And so I was really getting into like wanting to go out and be my own artist, and couldn't go and do that. So yeah, got the opportunity. One of my dear friends, Dan Cosgrove, who was creating his own studio, had said like, look, let's do some work together. And so we kind of got started with that, and I'm really happy with how it's turned out. And I really, really love recording. There's something about the science of it, and kind of creating something for people all around the world to see. Like, I'm just a girl from Auckland, New Zealand, and we're talking together about a song that's gone all the way over to the UK. So um, it's a way of bringing kind of everything together. So that's kind of like the recording progress that I've got so far. So really excited for what's to come.
Oh, that's amazing. Having the desire to do what you want,
Mm.
um, and then the passion as well. That's integral, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's like without that, then what's the point?
Mm. Sure,
So,
sure. I did look on some of your discography, and I know you started, as you say, like 2020s. You released quite a run of singles back then. Were they quite unprecedented times? I know they're unprecedented times for everyone, but was it quite an alien predicament to be in, with recording?
yeah, absolutely. I mean, we'd kind of started putting together different recordings. We're just kind of filling the time, really. Like, some amazing people out there doing amazing work to try and get this the whole COVID pandemic under control. But for us kind of creatives, um, we needed to put that energy somewhere. And
Mm,
so because we couldn't perform, we thought, okay, well, why don't we record? So learned how to do a home recording, and like something that's other than just on, you know, straight onto the phone or on voice recordings. So trying to figure out that whole engineering side of
mm,
it. Um, yeah, it was different, but because we had, I mean, for me personally, I can only speak for myself, because I had the time to really put aside for it. I was able to do that. So yeah, like it had its perks, obviously, for a pandemic, but yeah, it was interesting.
I know with the world standing still, it was quite a creative period for musicians, put it that way.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So moving on, I know where you just talked about being a singer, musician on stage was always something that you were passionate and always wanted to do. The reason why I got you on for the interview, well, one of the reasons was you are promoting and plugging some new material at the moment. You have a new
Yeah,
release, if I stand correct, called Drinks.
yeah.
And could you just divulge what Drinks is about, please?
So I mean, kind of branching off of the whole pandemic side of it, I really wanted to make a song that was kind of going out of the pandemic, like we're starting to, go back into the real world. I wrote it when I was like, we were just starting to get back into working again. At the time, I was working in retail, and I would, you know, as much as we want to go out and we want to go and party, like for a 21-year-old, like you want to go out and do the things that 21-year-olds do, but we couldn't because it was dangerous and it was still very uncomfortable to be in such close proximity to other people. So I think for me, I thought, okay, well, I can, still have the same amount of drinks, or I can still have the same amount of fun, but I can do that in the comfort of my own home. I'm with the people that I love. I can, I don't have to buy a drink after drink after drink after drink. I can just go and get myself a bottle of wine from the liquor store and have it at home. And I've spent all of like $10 on a bottle of wine. So it's like a way of kind of having that house party without really feeling like obligated to go and spend any time out and about and spending too much money. So
Yeah,
yeah, that's basically the song.
that makes sense. It's a bit of a party piece, isn't it?
Yeah.
That up tempo, just have like a country element to it.
Yeah, absolutely. I was brought up with country music in my family, so no matter how far out of the scope of country music that I go to, you'll always have that underlying tone of country music, which is really important to me. So.
I know where yesterday, Leanne Rhymes and Shania Twain just celebrated their birthdays. So, are they artists that you looked up to?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I love like I said, with the spectrum of country music. Shania Twain specifically, from a very young age, was like always, on that line of like, oh, is she country? Is she pop? Like we don't know quite which box to put it in, but you love her anyways because she's got great music. And it's the same for Leanne Rimes, it's the same for Taylor Swift. And that's definitely where I see myself as an artist, just being a little bit of everything. Because like, why put myself in a box?
Yeah, that's understandable. And with Drinks as well, just going back to your new release, have you had a chance to do a music video to it? Or is that something that you consider?
Yeah, definitely. So I've got it's in here. Like it's I am wanting to shoot it. I'm hoping this weekend, between this weekend and next weekend. Just trying to make it work within the time that we have, because I also do work a day job. So yeah, just trying to make it work. But I also want to make it good, like, so I'd say it would take a couple of weeks for me to release something like that. But yeah, it sounds like a fun video.
Do you enjoy that side of music videos, the storyboarding, putting that together?
Yeah, I went to film school like straight out of school, so I have the I was in that acting program, but it was just the like being able to put the story together, and I want it to kind of relate exactly to the song itself. Yeah, I find it excites me to be able to storytell in a different way like that.
That's cool. And where do you get like your creative ideas from, in songwriting? Is it something that just comes naturally, or do you have to kind of search for it sometimes?
Yeah, I mean, like if I'm needing to kind of put if there's a deadline, obviously there's a certain amount of a pressure point that you have to put into it. But other than that, like I try to let it all come through organically. Like my mind will often wander, like, when I'm trying to go to sleep or when I'm in the car driving to work or something like that. and I'll kind of think, okay, what could work with this? And that's how a lot of my songwriting comes through as well. So I'll just like flick it up onto a voice recording, and it might not even be lyrics, but it'll just be like a it'll be something really simple like that, so that I can come back to it when it's safe to do so, and just be able to really elaborate on it. So yeah, the creative juices do just come up spontaneously, and I just make the time for it when I can.
Having spoken to like, previous artists, with my interview podcasts, they always, well, not they don't always say, but some of them have mentioned that their ideas come like in the middle of the night when they least expect
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
yeah. That's pretty much how it is for me. I mean, it'll mainly be like as I'm going to sleep, because it's just my mind, it just wanders, it just goes all sorts of
Mm.
different ways. And if it can be a really cool song, or a really cool video, then I need to, you know, get out of sleep mode and be like,
Yeah.
okay, what are we going to do with this, to keep on that train of thought,
Mm.
you know.
I mean, sometimes if you feel like you've got a hit on your hands, sacrificing one night's sleep might be worth
Yeah,
it.
that's right.
Mm.
So, yeah,
So,
the next day is like very, very, very tired, Kayla, but that's all
yeah,
right. All for the art.
of course. And Drinks is an original song.
Yeah.
And do you also enjoy doing cover versions? I mean, do you do like shows or gigs? Do you often incorporate like cover versions into your sets?
Yes, I mainly started with a lot of covers. My family are very musical. My mum was a singer in a band, and my uncles as well. So I definitely started off with covers, and mainly covers. I didn't start writing songs until I was about 11, 12. It was around about the time when like Taylor Swift became
Yeah.
a thing, and it was like, oh, she's writing songs, I should be writing songs. And they were not very good songs, but it's just keeping that oil running, and eventually a good one comes out.
Cool. And then are you a self-released artist as well? Independent?
Yes, at
That's
this
good.
stage, yes.
Yeah, that's
Mm.
good. Well, hopefully, yeah, someone will snap you up. I'm sure.
That is the plan.
Yeah,
That is the
I'm
plan,
sure.
yeah.
I'm sure they will. You mentioned some of your influences and inspirations over the years as well.
Mm.
Do you have any career highlights that you wish you could relive, or do you think they're yet to come?
They're yet to come. Like
Yeah,
I think definitely, um the single release, like the day of the release, which is, what day is it now? It's currently Friday, technically here, but this, like Thursday last week, was when I dropped the single, and that was like, I'd never done something like that before, and my inbox was just flooded with messages, and it, like some people who never knew that I did this thing, and like some people that knew that it was coming up but didn't realize that, oh, this is how big it is. So I think that's going to be something that hopefully I'll get to feel every time. I'm
hmm.
sure I will. Um, but yeah, in terms of like the bigger things, like it's definitely yet to come.
Hmm. And yeah, of course, you're a young artist, so plenty more. You got the world at your feet.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Do you like traveling as well? If you get a chance, would you consider if the right opportunity come along, to like do a little tour, maybe in Australia or beyond?
Absolutely. Yeah, I would love to tour. Um, just, I mean, I've only just moved to Australia. I moved here in at the end of May. Um, and so just being like, just it's such a bigger pool here. There's so much more work. Um, and I love New Zealand, and I would, if I had the opportunities, as much opportunity back home as what I do here, I'd probably still be living there. But in terms of touring, I'd love to tour. it's just getting that music out there
Yeah,
so much so that it's in demand.
yeah, yeah,
That's the dream.
yeah. I started DJing off about 20 years ago. I'm 40 now, and it's took me 20 years to get to the level, the pinnacle where, I'm happy at, and
Yeah,
you enjoy the journey and you just keep pushing it. Yeah,
absolutely.
and you can
Yeah.
still progress as well. There's no limit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. And
yeah.
it's all, I mean, it's all business. Like we all know it's a business and everything, but it's when it's something that you really enjoy,
Mm,
like they say, you never work a day in your life
that's
if
right. That's
you're
what, yeah.
doing what you love.
Yeah,
So
one way of looking at it, and you get to travel as well and meet people. Not many people can do
yeah,
that. Mm,
I really, really want to come over to the UK. Like, it's been an all-time dream of mine. And I have been to the States. I've been to Nashville.
mm.
Um, but yeah, UK is next on my list.
Nice, nice. Hopefully, we'll see you soon. Then, have you been to New York
Yeah,
before in America? New York?
not New York. Was I was there on a tour when I was 16 with my uncle. Kevin Greaves was amazing. He was an amazing entertainer in New Zealand. Um, and he took all these people over to on a tour of America, and New York was unfortunately not on the list, but it is also
Mm,
on my bucket list.
nice. And do you have any shout outs or dedication you may just like to mention, if you like your friends and your family and followers?
Ooh, just all my family. Like I've got some amazing people back home that are definitely going to be all watching this. Big shout out to my mum and my dad. I would not be where I am without them. And I love them so very much. To my partner who's currently sleeping in that room right over there because he's got work in the morning. I mean, we did long distance for 18 months, and I moved over partially for the music, but also to finally be with him. So yeah, I love everybody. I love my whole family, and yeah, I'm feeling very blessed, and my cup's very full right now.
Oh, that's good. It's very heartwarming to hear. And finally, my last question is, on a light-hearted note, can you just tell me one interesting fact about yourself?
Ooh, I do a mean Hermione Granger accent, like a really mean impression. That would probably be
Yeah,
it. Like it's my party trick. And
nice. And
yeah.
in my notes here, if I stand correct, you like to collect sneakers as well, which is like shoes. Is that right?
Oh, I don't. Oh well, like I mean, I like shoes.
Mm.
I'm more of a heels gal because I'm quite short. I'm
Oh,
5 foot, so yeah. If I can get some height on me when I can, then I'll do it.
fair dues. And if all else fails, just put on a pair of Crocs.
Oh no Crocs for me.
No, no, no. Brilliant. Well, thank you very much for joining me on today's show, and just find out that a bit about yourself, Kayla Rose, and got time to put your new track on my show now.
Oh, perfect. Hope
Yeah,
you guys enjoy it.
yeah, brilliant. Thanks for your time today and staying up to do this interview, and we wish you all the best of luck with this new promotional single,
Thank you so much.
and all the best.
Thank you.